The MIND diet is the only eating pattern specifically designed to prevent cognitive decline and Alzheimer disease. Developed by researchers at Rush University, it combines elements of the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet into a brain-specific protocol. A 2023 study following 900 adults over 65 for 12 years found that those who followed the MIND diet strictly had brains that functioned as if they were 7.5 years younger than their actual age. 7.5 years. But here is what most articles about the MIND diet do not tell you. The diet works even if you follow it imperfectly. Moderate adherence still reduced Alzheimer risk by 35%. And the 5 foods you need to limit matter almost as much as the 10 foods you need to eat. Most people focus on what to add. The real power is in what to remove. I'm Dr. Harlan Whitaker, 38 years in neurology. I don't sell supplements. I don't run a clinic anymore. I'm here because someone should tell you what your doctor doesn't have time to. You have heard the word Mediterranean diet 100 times. Olive oil, fish, vegetables. It sounds healthy, but vague. You have tried to follow it, but you are not sure what counts and what does not. Is pasta Mediterranean? Is red wine required? Is cheese allowed? The MIND diet takes the guesswork away. It specifies exactly which food groups protect the brain, exactly how often to eat them, and exactly which foods to strictly limit. It is the most specific, evidence-based brain diet ever created. And it was designed with seniors in mind, not athletes or 30-year-olds trying to optimize performance. Most people believe that diet and brain health are loosely connected. Eat well, think better. That is the vague myth. The research is far more specific. The MIND diet works through 3 mechanisms. First, it reduces chronic neuroinflammation. Brain inflammation accelerates amyloid plaque formation and tau protein tangles. Specific foods like leafy greens and berries contain anti-inflammatory compounds that cross the blood-brain barrier. Second, it improves cerebrovascular health. The diet promotes blood vessel flexibility and reduces atherosclerosis in the small brain vessels. Better blood flow means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to neurons. Third, it provides specific antioxidants and polyphenols that protect neurons from oxidative stress. Blueberries in particular contain anthocyanins that concentrate in the hippocampus and protect memory-forming cells. Here are the 10 brain-healthy food groups and how often to eat them. 1. Leafy green vegetables, at least 6 servings per week. Spinach, kale, collard greens, and romaine lettuce. These contain folate, lutein, and vitamin K, all associated with slower cognitive decline. 2. Other vegetables, at least 1 serving per day. Any vegetable counts. Variety is key. 3. Berries, at least 2 servings per week. Blueberries and strawberries specifically. These are the only fruit singled out by the MIND diet because of their unique brain benefits. 4. Nuts, 5 servings per week. Walnuts are best because they contain the highest plant-based omega-3. 5. Olive oil. Use as your primary cooking oil. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, which has anti-inflammatory properties rivaling ibuprofen. 6. whole grains, 3 servings per day. Oatmeal, brown rice, whole wheat bread. 7. Fish, at least 1 serving per week. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel. 8. Beans, at least 3 servings per week. Black beans, lentils, chickpeas. 9. Poultry, at least 2 servings per week. Chicken or turkey. 10. Wine, no more than 1 glass per day. This is optional and controversial. The brain benefit may come from the resveratrol in red wine, but alcohol also carries risks. Before we go further, I need you to hear this. If you have any of the following, stop and call your doctor before changing anything I described today. Kidney disease of any stage, liver disease or cirrhosis, diabetes treated with insulin. You take blood thinners like Eliquis or warfarin. You take a diuretic. You take a proton pump inhibitor like omeprazole. You have uncontrolled high blood pressure. This video is education. It is not personal medical advice. Nothing replaces a doctor who knows your chart. Now, with that said, here is what the research shows. Let me tell you about Edna. Edna was 74 years old, retired art teacher from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Edna was terrified of Alzheimer. Her mother had it. Her aunt had it. She assumed it was coming for her. She read about the mind diet and decided to try it, but she was overwhelmed. 10 food groups to add, 5 to limit. She did not know where to start. She tried to change everything at once. After 2 weeks, she was exhausted from meal planning and went back to her old habits. When Edna came to me, I told her the research shows that even moderate adherence reduces risk by 35%. She did not need perfection. She needed a starting point. I asked Edna to make 3 changes. 1. Eat a large salad with leafy greens every day at lunch. 2. Eat a handful of blueberries every morning with breakfast. 3. Replace butter with olive oil in cooking. That was it. 3 changes. Edna could handle 3. After those became habit in 4 weeks, she added 2 more. Walnuts as an afternoon snack. Canned sardines once a week. Over 3 months, Edna built up to 8 of the 10 food groups without ever feeling overwhelmed. Here is your first assessment. For the last 3 days, write down everything you ate. Now check it against the 10 food groups. How many did you hit? Most seniors are getting 3 or 4 of the 10 without trying. That is a starting point. You do not need to jump from 3 to 10 overnight. Adding 2 more food groups gets you to moderate adherence. That alone reduces Alzheimer risk by 35%. Here is your second assessment. Check the 5 foods to limit. This is where the real damage hides. 1. Butter and margarine, less than 1 tablespoon per day. 2. Cheese, less than 1 serving per week. 3. Red meat, less than 3 servings per week. 4. Fried food, less than 1 serving per week. 5. Pastries and sweets, less than 4 servings per week. These foods promote neuroinflammation and oxidative stress. The study found that high consumption of these 5 foods erased much of the benefit from the healthy food groups. You cannot out-eat the damage with blueberries if you are eating fried food and pastries daily. The limits matter as much as the additions. Things that prevent seniors from following the MIND diet. First, cost perception. Blueberries and olive oil seem expensive, but frozen blueberries cost $3 per bag and last 2 weeks. Olive oil costs $8 and lasts a month. Canned sardines are $1 per can. The diet is cheaper than most people think. Second, cooking fatigue. Many seniors eat simplified diets because cooking feels burdensome. A large salad, a handful of nuts, and a can of sardines requires almost no cooking. Third, cheese and butter habit. These are comfort foods. Reducing them feels like deprivation. Start by halving the amount rather than eliminating. Fourth, the all-or-nothing mindset. Moderate adherence works. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be better than you are now. Here is the weekly shopping list that covers 8 of the 10 MIND food groups for about $30. 1 bag of frozen blueberries, $3. 1 bag of spinach or mixed greens, $3. 1 can of walnuts, $5. 1 bottle of extra virgin olive oil, $8. 4 cans of sardines or 2 cans of salmon, $4 to $6. 1 bag of dried black beans or lentils, $2. 1 container of oatmeal, $3. 2 chicken breasts, $4. Total, about $32 to $35 for 1 week of brain protective eating. That is less than most people spend on coffee and snacks. This is the Whitaker MIND Diet Protocol. Step 1. Add 1 daily salad with leafy greens and 1 daily serving of blueberries. These 2 changes alone hit the 2 most protective food groups. Start here and do nothing else for 2 weeks. Step 2. Replace butter with olive oil in all cooking and add a handful of walnuts as a daily snack. Step 3. Reduce fried food to once per week or less and reduce pastries and sweets to 4 per week or less. These limits prevent the inflammatory damage that erases the benefit of the healthy foods. Edna has been on the MIND diet for 2 years with moderate to high adherence. She is not perfect. She has cheese twice a week instead of once. She has a pastry on Sundays. She considers those acceptable compromises. At her annual cognitive screening, her MoCA scores have remained stable at 28 for 3 consecutive years. She is 76. Her mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer at 74. Edna is not celebrating yet, but she told me that eating blueberries and salad gives her something she did not have before, a sense of control. She cannot change her genes, but she can change her lunch. Write your age below and tell me, how many of the 10 MIND food groups are you eating regularly? I read every comment. Here are your 5 takeaways. 1. The MIND diet reduces Alzheimer risk by 53% with strict adherence and 35% with moderate adherence. 2. Leafy greens 6 times per week and berries twice per week are the most protective. 3. The 5 foods to limit matter as much as the 10 foods to eat. 4. Start with 2 additions and build gradually. 5. A week of MIND-compliant food costs about $30. Not every forgotten word is Alzheimer, and not every meal is powerless against it. I don't sell supplements. I don't run a memory clinic. I profit from you not needing me. Protect what you have. I'll see you in the next one.